What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and it is time yet again for another Quentin Tarantino review. This time I will be reviewing Quentin Tarantino's seventh film, Django Unchained. This movie has a star-studded cast including Jamie Foxx, Christoph Waltz, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Samuel L. Jackson, among many others. This is a movie that centers around Django, a slave who becomes a free man and becomes a partner in crime to the bounty hunter played by Christoph Waltz's character, Dr. Schultz, where Django learns to become a bounty hunter himself and wants to buy his wife's freedom back from the infamous, notorious plantation owner, Calvin Candie. This is a spaghetti western in the style of Quentin Tarantino world, and understanding that about this film, this movie is awesome. It's awesome. I love this movie. I had never seen it before all the way through. I had seen certain parts, especially the end, especially that third act where it gets really bonkers and balls to the wall. But this movie really takes its time. It develops a story between Django and Christoph Waltz's character, Dr. King Schultz. It also really kind of has a layer to it of showing character depth and character relationships that we haven't quite seen in a Tarantino film. And one of the things that I thought was really well done in this movie was the chemistry between Jamie Foxx as Django and Christoph Waltz as Dr. Schultz. I thought they had great chemistry on screen, and every time that they were chewing scenery together, it made the movie move a lot quicker. And it was honestly some of my favorite parts of this movie was just dialogue between those two characters, whether it be talking about maybe some old German folklore or whether or not they talk about Django's personal life and the way Django is trying to free his wife. I just really loved the scenery that they chewed together, and it felt organic. It felt natural that these two characters would kind of come together, form this partnership, this bond, and that they were able to become great friends. Now, this is a movie that has a very difficult subject matter. A lot like Inglourious Basterds, where it takes the Nazis and kind of makes it into a satirical comedy, drama / action-esque film. This movie does a lot of the same things. Slavery is a very hard topic, especially for me. I've never quite understood why anyone would want to own a person that is just horrible in itself, and I hate slavery. I hate the idea of slavery. I hate the idea of forcing someone to work for you and beating that person and just doing horrendous things to that person. But Tarantino is able to take a very strong subject matter like this and flip it on its head and have a satirical, nonsensical way of approaching this subject matter. And he does it flawlessly in this movie. I felt like every scene where it dealt with certain slavery issues or certain hard and harsh issues, they were done to an extent to show the cruelty of slavery, and it also did it as a satirical way of kind of showing where we've come as a society today. I really appreciate where we are today, because back then it was a totally different time period, and it was just horrible that these people were going through this circumstance. And you also get to see a little bit more dynamics in between certain slaves and kind of the way that they are treated. Certain slaves, some of them are treated more harshly as opposed to others, where others, Samuel L. Jackson's character Stephen, he is kind of more of a confidant that Calvin Candie has. And I thought the acting in this movie was amazing. Once again, Christoph Waltz steals the show. He's fantastic in this movie. I think I prefer him in Inglourious Basterds, comparing the two characters, but I really loved him in this movie. I also absolutely love the performance by Leonardo DiCaprio. Man, was he a twisted and sick villain in this movie, and he really put his all into his performance. You could tell Leonardo DiCaprio wanted to win an Oscar so bad, he was willing to literally hurt his hand, have blood on his hand in a scene like this, because that was not supposed to happen, where he smashes the table, and because of breaking some glass, his hand gets cut up, and you see blood kind of running all the way down his hand. That was incredible to me. That just shows the talent that Leonardo DiCaprio has, because Leonardo DiCaprio is one of my favorite actors working today. Hugh Jackman is my favorite. Leonardo DiCaprio is my number 2. I absolutely love DiCaprio. Everything he's been in, I just absolutely adored him. I love the way he performs. Honestly, I have a man crush on him. I'm not gonna lie. I cannot wait for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because I cannot wait to see his performance in that movie. And I felt like this performance that he gave as Calvin Candy, oh my gosh, absolutely amazing. One of my favorite performances from him by far. And it's just absolutely incredible seeing all of these talented actors working on screen together. Whether it's Leonardo DiCaprio and Samuel L. Jackson, whether it's Christoph Waltz and Jamie Foxx, or Christoph Waltz and Leonardo DiCaprio, they bring this awesome acting dynamic that we don't get to see in a lot of films like this. See, when you have big actors like this, sometimes movies feel overstuffed, or certain actors have to kind of step out compared to other actors, or they try to maybe overact a little bit so they can try to be the head of attention. This movie doesn't do that. Everyone is crafted and everyone is so skilled in their specific roles, and I just absolutely love that. This is a fantastic Tarantino movie. My favorite spaghetti western ever. I'm not a huge western fan, I'm not going to lie. This movie, if you're not a big fan of westerns, you need to watch this movie because this movie is a different type of western that you will have a good time with. Anyway, guys, what do you think of Django Unchained? Let me know below in the comment section. Make sure you guys like this video. Subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. Guys, please, I'm so close to 100 subscribers. I'm so close. I want to get there. August was my goal, but I would love to get there before the end of this month if it is possible. And also more Tarantino reviews to come because tomorrow, The Hateful Eight, and then on Thursday, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.